Hi, welcome to the second section. This video will show you how to master. In this video, you learn to master the fractions, the fraction section of the Accuplacer arithmetic. Again, fractions. So what's a fraction? Of course, it's just the division of two numbers, usually the top one being smaller and the bottom is higher. But then, what do you need to know in fractions? First of all, know that a fraction is just a division. If I ask you what is 2/5, ask yourself what is 2 divided by 5. That's it. Okay? And then the first thing you need to know, especially if your first language is not English, or if your educational system is not English, is what you should know. 2 1/3. Actually, there's nothing in between. So 2 1/3. If there's nothing in between, no parentheses, or just written like this, treat it as an addition. So 2 plus 1/3. That's it. Nothing else. 2 plus 1/3. It is not 2 times 1/3. No, it's a plus. Second thing is, how do you actually add one whole number, one decimal, with actually one whole number with a fraction? Let's take 2 and 3/5. How do you add them both? Again, the trap that most students get themselves into is adding the top alone. They would say 5 plus 3, 5/5. That is not correct. The correct answer is you multiply the number by the bottom. So 2 times 5 plus the top. So 2 times 5 plus 3. So 2 times 5 plus 3 over the same bottom number, the same denominator, which is 5. Then we have 13/5. That's it. As simple as this. Number plus fraction, you take the number times the denominator plus the numerator, the number at the top. Okay. And then the next thing to know is adding fractions. So adding them or subtracting. So 2/3 plus 5/3. So when adding or subtracting a fraction, keep in mind, if they have the same common denominator, you just add the top and keep the common denominator, and you will rarely see that happen. Usually it's different denominator and you have to find the common denominator. So here we have 2 plus 5, which is 8/3. But let's say we didn't have 2/3, but 2/5 plus 4/3. Obviously, they don't have the same common denominator. What you should do is called the cross multiplication. Take the first number to the left, so 2 times, in the same way that you see it, times 3, plus the second number, or the plus is the sign that is between them. If it was minus, that would be minus. plus uh, the other cross, which is 5 times 4, all over the product of the two. 5 times 3, and that would be 6 plus 20, that is 26 over 12 over 15, and that's the answer. Again, adding two fractions that doesn't have that two fractions that don't have the same denominator, you do cross multiplication and add them up and divide by the product of the denominators. As simple as that. Next, this one is easier. Multiplication. Say 2/3 times 4/5. Nothing is easier than this, simpler than this. You just multiply top times top and bottom times bottom. So that would be 2 times 4 over 3 times 5, which is 8 over 15. That's it. Now, what about division? 2/3 divided by 4/5. This one is interesting. You do cross multiplication. Top times bottom. So top left times bottom. So 2 times 5 divided by 3 times 4. 15 over 8. So what you should understand here, dividing something is actually multiplying by the flipped version. 2/3 times 4 over 5 and divided by 4 over 5 is actually 2/3 times the flipped version of 4 over 5 is actually, oh my bad, this is 10 over 12, my bad. So it's multiplied by the flipped version of 4 over 5, which is 5 over 4. And we see 2 times 5 is 10, and 3 times 4 is 12. That's it. So add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Here you have it, how they work. Okay. Next, what you should know in fractions, that would be simplification. Say you have 3, say 30 over 35. How do we simplify this? It's not very common, but useful, and very useful in the next in the other math sections. What you should do is have each number divided into components. What is 30? In 30, you can divide it by 2, and what is left? 15. 15, you can divide by 3. What is left? 5. And 5, you can divide by 5. So what you do, if you don't really know for sure what is the common multiple, the common divider, here's what you do. Decompose it into the smallest numbers, okay? And 37, that 35, you can divide by 2, not by 3, but by 5, and we have 7 left, and then 7. So 5 and 7. Then the next step that you take is cross off the numbers that are repeated at the top and on the bottom, and that's it. When you cross off 5, you have at the top 2 times 3 is 6 over 7. As simple as that, and that will wrap up our fraction section. See you later for an example.